Alright, here I am. I am the worst half of Blunt Bastards. It won't be a long podcast, so you won't have to tolerate me for too long, but next 15 odd minutes, definitely you'll have to. This podcast, you might have come here just to see the review of the latest Imtiaz Ali film, Aaj Kal. This is the second part. The first one was released in 2009. Let me clarify here that this is not a review. I'll not be revealing any plot. There will be no spoilers. I would call it, these are my feelings about the film. I'll be telling you about my feelings about the film, a little bit more about my history with Imtiaz Ali, and a little very tiny bit about Shahrukh Khan, and a little bit about Kartik Aryan. I did not watch Imtiaz Ali's first film, which was Socha Na Tha, in 2005. The first film I ever saw of his was his second film, which was a big hit, which actually established him as a big director. Jab We Met in 2007. I thought it was I wouldn't say it a phenomenal film. I thought it was a very good film. I liked it, and I was in Ahmedabad that time, and I was with my that time best friend, who's still my best friend 13 years down the line. I think he was not my best friend that time. I thought it was very well. I mean, at that time, interestingly, all his films have some relation to the Khan family, directly or indirectly, because Kareena Kapoor was dating Shahid Kapoor that time. She got married to Saif Ali Khan, who starred in the next film that I watched, Aaj Kal, and now in this Aaj Kal is Saif Ali Khan's daughter. So you see the connection. By the way, first Aaj Kal I thought, which was released in 2009, was so definitely very good. Not a great film, but definitely a very good film. Not as good as Jab We Met. Jab We Met I thought was fantabulous. And then came in 2011 Rockstar. I was really waiting for Rockstar to come in. I remember waiting for it. I remember watching it, listening to the songs. I thought the songs were beautiful. I think the first song which was released, Sada Hak Ethe Rak. Let me not sing because I'm terrible. So that will not be very good for anybody. But I thought the songs, lyrics, Mohit Chauhan was super big thing that time. Well, nobody cares for Mohit Chauhan right now, but at that time he was really big shit. Now Arijit Singh is a big shit. By the time we do another podcast, by the time next Imtiaz Ali movie comes out, maybe people have forgotten Arijit Singh as well. Maybe new other guys come in, some heartier guy, who knows. But I thought Rockstar was phenomenal. The dynamics, the range, the layers of the character, particularly what Ranbir Kapoor got. I mean, as an actor in Bollywood and mainstream, you would kill for that role, right? It was just fantabulous. I thought, and there were some mixed reviews. It made money, but it was mixed reviews. But I was like, well, that was a brilliant film. Then he made Highway, and Highway is something he always wanted to make. I think he said like he's always been writing this. He's thought about this script for the longest time, and he wanted to make it. Eventually he did. I thought from a movie it was efficient. What the point he was trying to put across was great, but it was definitely not as dynamic. It didn't have those many layers as Rockstar had. So I think it could have been a documentary as well, for all I cared for. He said it was his, sort of like the best film or whatever. I thought that's a bit of an overkill. That was definitely not his best film. Then he made Tamasha, which came in what, 2015? Yeah, 2015. A little bit mixed reviews. Some people really loved it. I thought most of it was very good. The office environment that they showed, how the way the boss talks to him, it seemed like it was more like a restaurant manager, that too also a North Indian local restaurant. I don't think in corporate people talk like that. I mean, there could be instances people might talk like that, but at a general level, nobody talks at that ghati level. It's like, I was just like, what the fuck was that all about? So I was like, no, that didn't work with me. But I think overall, from a story point of view, and from acting point of view, because Deepika and Ranbir were going through some, like they're already broken up and there was just a lot of drama happening. So I think from an acting perspective, from sitting down and watching the film, it was definitely very good. And then came something I could not have ever expected, and that was Jab Harry Met Sally. That was in 2017. That was his last film before the film that I watched early today. By the way, I watched first day, fifth show today. It's releasing is February 14th, by the way. It's Valentine's Day. I'm too fucking old for Valentine's Day, but I was up. But I couldn't have been up for a first show, which was probably like 7 o'clock or something. So I would have to wake up at like 5 o'clock. I'm not crazy. I know people who went for Avengers. They did that kind of shit and paid like $2,000 as well. I'm not that crazy. So I watched first day, fifth show. That's as far as I can get. Unless I really love somebody. Maybe Christopher Nolan. Maybe Martin Scorsese. Maybe Quentin Tarantino. Maybe not after what Quentin Tarantino has done right now. Well, we'll see. Anyway, coming back to the point. Then came Jab Harry Met Sally. I had, by the way, just full disclosure, in 90s, I was a huge fan. I did like so huge. It was creepy. It was embarrassing of Mr. Shahrukh Khan. And then he became a sellout. absolute cowardly in his choices of movies. Even some of the movies are fine, but again, he only chose directors and the project which he felt will make money or make him look good. Apart from like maybe Swades was good, but again he only made a film because that guy has already become big shot after Lagan, and Chuck the India, which was definitely wonderful. For 20 years, a guy who can sign any goddamn book, any goddamn script, and he signs crap after crap after crap. He works with multiple movies with Farah Khan. For heaven's sake, mate. It just makes my skin crawl. Okay, anyway, I ended up watching the film because it was an Imtiaz Ali film. I was like, okay, fair enough. There's this. It has Shahrukh Khan, somebody I liked a long time ago, so maybe it can't be that bad, right? After all. Well, turns out it was really, really bad. It was so bad. I was like, wow. How did he even make a movie so bad? I thought he didn't even have to sit down or like think of the script. I just wanted to get out of the film. I was so unhappy. At least now I know I don't have to watch any more Shahrukh Khan's films. It's been 2.5 years since I watched, because they came mid 2017, so this is February, so yeah, 2.5 years later. And then came Imtiaz Ali's new film, and I was like, I just found out a couple of weeks ago because I haven't been following, I don't watch television and I have not been following, but I said, I want to do it and I want to review it. A review, as I said, go back to the thing, I'll be giving you my feelings about it. And so I went in, and I can imagine after the last film that I'd watched of Shahrukh Khan, and with Shahrukh Khan, and then it was really bad. So my expectations of Mr. Imtiaz Ali, who is still one of the reasons I still go to watch Hindi films, because these days I hardly ever watch. Maybe sometime I'll go for Sanjay Leela Bhansali maybe, but again, he's also becoming difficult, just rehashing his old movies. Something Imtiaz Ali is being accused of repackaging his same love story over and over again. And guess what? This is Love Aaj Kal 2, so a movie that he's already made in 2009, almost 11 years later, Love Aaj Kal Part 2 comes in. So I sit down for the movie and I'm like, I think I'm trying to like not have too low expectation, but I'm trying to be a bit neutral. I'm just saying, listen, I'm here, forget about whatever happened in the past, doesn't matter, forget Rockstar, forget Harry Met Sally, just watch the film. I think it takes me around 15 minutes to settle in, because a lot of things are happening, and it feels like a lot of things are all over the place. And there's new actors, at least Sara Ali Khan is new, Karthik has been here for a decade. I watched his first film, Pyar Ka Panchnaama, which was definitely wonderful. Anyway, so Karthik is technically a seasoned actor, he's been there for almost for a decade, right? And slowly and gradually I start to get into the film. I think around 25 minute mark, and I start to understand what he's trying to do just a little bit, because by the time Randeep Hooda is already there, so now two stories are running parallel, the 1990 romance and 2020 romance. So it's 30 years apart. And I start to like it, and I'm just hoping that it actually stays good and actually improves, or actually has a fucking point at the end, unlike his last film or tons of other films that we end up watching. And at this point, I'll tell you, I started liking, and it stayed throughout the movie that I started liking the film. But I can tell you this moment that there will be a lot of people, and I will call them a lot of punks, who will be actually thinking that, and nothing against them, who would say, wow, this movie gave me a fucking headache. Oh my god, I have a fucking migraine. I think I'm gonna die in next 2 days. Maybe Imtiaz Ali should cut all his hair and go on a fucking pilgrimage. Maybe he should never make another movie again. Oh, what is wrong with Sara Ali Khan? Karthik Aryan, dude, stop hamming. Sarah, especially you, why are you doing this to us? And what is the point of this movie? I can't understand it. It's too complicated. Are you just fucking making it complicated for the sake of being complicated? You fucking idiot. Why can't you make a simple film? It's just a love story. Why does it have to be so complicated? Why does it have to be so contrived all over the place? And Imtiaz Ali, please not make another movie. If you really have to make another movie, at least make a movie with a new subject. At least have a new fucking love story. This is the same fucking old love story they've been playing for the last 15 fucking years. Okay. Apart from those people, I have one question to all these people who were saying headache, migraine, die, take a pilgrimage. I want to ask you this question. Have you ever taken a fucking EQ test? Because I think you haven't. I'm not even sure there's a proper test for EQ, but EQ, even if you don't understand what it is, maybe you don't. So I'll tell you, it's emotional quotient. Sometimes people take IQ test and you're like, oh, my IQ is good, but EQ is more important. Because EQ means that everybody is different. How do you handle different subjects? And for understanding a love story, understanding a subject so intricate like love, particularly romantic love, not in love with your dog, that's not very complicated, because dog always loves you. Give him food, he loves you. But doesn't change. Dog from beginning to the end hardly ever changes, but human beings constantly change over and over again, and particularly run on emotion, not so much on feelings. Feelings, the deeper emotions are just like happen. Like when I was in the movie, I got emotional at times and I cried multiple times. Those are emotion, but they may not be my true feelings. My true feelings will only be revealed after a few hours have lapsed, and I've seen the film. And by the way, few hours have lapsed. I waited for 4 hours after the movie finished to record the podcast, so I'm not giving a review straight away once my feeling is settled in, and now I'm talking to you. So anyway, the point is that I think that a lot of people who don't like it, who actually find that it was waste of time, waste of money, they want their money back, I think their whole emotion question is very low. Their understanding of the world of love, of romantic love, is very narrow. That means they feel this is how the love happens, and anything else they see, their mind cannot understand. They start rejecting it, and they start getting a headache straight away. Other thing is, I don't think those people who actually did not like the film have ever really fallen in love, because people, by the way, you're like, oh no, I have fallen in love, fuckers. What do you know about love? What do I know about love? I've written a fucking book, a novel. It is fucking 90,000 words, more than 300 pages. Just finished it a few months ago. It's on Amazon. Go fucking buy it. And before that, even if you can't buy and spend 49 bucks on a Kindle edition, at least write a fucking book. Write fucking 10 pages, 100 pages, then come and tell me that if my love story is better than yours. Okay, so anyway, coming back to the point that you have actually not fallen in love ever, because whatever you haven't, you have fallen in love with the idea of being in love, or you think you are in love because you're not. Just because you have sex with somebody and you call that person girlfriend or boyfriend doesn't mean you're in love, and then you end up marrying that person. Oh, it's not arranged marriage, this is a love marriage. No, this is a marriage which you know the person. Love is another dimension altogether, buddy. Because only very few people actually fall in love. So stop calling yourself that you've fallen in love, because very, very few people fall in love. And that's one of the reasons you can't understand the film, what is happening. I'm not saying this is a great film. Great film is like they've made everything crystal clear and it's not all over the place. I think the movie is not all over the place, but it's very difficult to make a movie about love story and the complexities of love in this day and age, and also running parallel a story which was running in 1990, and whatever things start happening to that story. Again, as I said, I'm not going to be giving you any plots, the story or the spoilers, so I'll stick to that point, okay, to my promise. Now, why I particularly liked it? Because for me, I felt, because I have been in love, and my love story was 15 years ago. I personally do not relate to the first love story that they talk about, the 1990 love story, and I also don't relate to completely to the 2020 love story. My love story happened in 2005, so which is like, if you notice, if your math is okay, dead in the middle. But I have been going out with people for the last 25 years, so I kind of get it. 1990, I don't relate it personally, but I know that's how it used to happen. You see a girl in the neighborhood, who's in your school, you like her, you follow her, you try to talk to her, and if she says yes, you just feel so elated, you just feel so happy, and you want to get married to this person, things like that, okay? And the girls in the 90s, they have sex with you. I mean, I'm not talking about everybody, there were a lot of progressive women, but if they do, they will want to have babies with you, they want to get married with you, they want to like spend the rest of their lives, and they call you like Tujh mein rab dikhta hai yara main kya karu. Sorry for the bad voice, that will not change. I already told you I'm the worst half of the blunt bastards. One of the other guys is not there, he's gone to the hospital. I think he's pregnant. Well, it's difficult for men to be getting pregnant, but who knows, we're just trying to get a checkup. Come on, grow up. So coming out to the film, it got better. It only got better, and I was fairly attached to it, and I could feel some of the audience wasn't, and I already explained to you that why they won't be, particularly if anybody is also very young, and I say young as in anybody 15 to 25, and they never really felt that intensity. Because what the movie does is it starts questioning things. It starts to question things. It asks you to be really honest. It asks you. It says that that you can have sex with a lot of people. You can have sex even without people. Particularly the protagonist, who says like he's good looking guy, he's young, he has a lot of options. So he's like, I can have sex with a lot of people. I can have relations with a lot of people. I can have girlfriend, I can call anybody girlfriend, but why you? If we're really going to be together, we really need to raise the ante. And he's always about raising the ante. He's like, if you're going to do this, we're going to do this right. And if you're not going to do this right, then you don't do it. One of the points he's trying to put across, without trying to give you a spoiler, it's like saying that if you're in it, then don't make decisions when you're low, when you're emotional, when you're feeling vulnerable, or when you're overtly excited, or you're elated because somebody's given you this amazing gift, somebody's given you this, you just had first sex, you just had 16 orgasms. Don't make decisions that time. Don't make decisions when everybody's just betraying you and this person shows up and helps you. Make a decision when you're level-headed, when your emotions are calm, your head is in place. then make the decision and set people free, which is an old cliche, setting people free, but it talks about setting people free, and I feel there's value in that. And they also talk about what if you set people free and then they never come back. And it happens, because that's how life is. And it talks about that, when we are younger, when we are just better, and then we get options, and when we get options, we try to fulfill everything we want to be, and that kind of destroys a little bit of who we were, a little bit innocence, a little bit of truth, and the honesty. And the movie gets into honesty. It's like, it talks about doing things with a lot more honesty, and instead of just doing things because they feel good. And honesty is difficult. I don't know, I don't know how to say it, but while watching the film, I was there for 2 hours 21 minutes. That's the running time, 1 hour 141 minutes, 2 hours 21 minutes. I felt enriched. I felt, if I simply, without misusing the word, I felt the movie was beautiful. I feel people should go in, even the people with low IQ, and I berated people who were saying bad shit about the film. Even if you're younger, if you've never felt love, your EQ is low, overall you're one person who feel like, arranged marriage is perfectly fine, you're traditional, you're conservative, you're right wing, you feel like Imtiaz Ali is rehashing all the movies that he's already made. Just go in with an open mind, try to listen to what they're saying, just try to listen, just focus, forget about your emotions at that moment, just give into the movie, just give into the theater, just the way when you go, if you were going for Vipassana, if you were going for yoga, you just give in. You're going for bodybuilding, just give in to the trainer. So this time trainer is Imtiaz Ali, just give in to him, and after that wait and try to understand, try to, like, don't even say anything. I'm even saying after 4 hours because I felt tons of those things already. I'm 38, so I felt all those things, and that's why I'm talking. Otherwise I wouldn't even be talking. I'll be like, oh, this is just crash, this is just trash, aisa nahi hota, waisa nahi hota. But the fact is, a lot of shit happens, it just hasn't happened to you, and there's a difference. Just because something hasn't happened to you doesn't mean it doesn't happen. A lot of things happen. Miracles happen all the time. If I had never fallen in love in my life, which eventually I wrote a book almost 15 years later after falling in love, I would have probably felt the same way. My EQ would have been all over the place. I would have felt like, whoa, what a trashy film. Why are you making complicated? It's a simple subject. But it's not a simple subject. Romantic love is never simple. You grow up, the girl changes, the guy changes, the boobs droop, the guy can't even get an erection by the time he's 40. So things change. Things change. Your children grow up, they become irritating. You're not the same person when you met that person at 20. When you're 20 and then you're 40, you're a completely different person. So things change. Without elongating it too much, I'll just talk about a little bit about performances. I thought Kartik Aaryan has been there for a decade or so. I think he was fairly efficient. He knows what he's doing. Definitely a good actor. Rest everybody did not have much of a choice. I think a lot of time people might think Sara Ali Khan was hamming a lot of time, but I think that's what the role demanded. I think she was spot on. She was perfectly fine. Although there's always this tinge of nepotism which I always talk about, because her father was there in the first film, but that's the way it is. I can't blame her for that. At least she's done the best she could in the role. So yeah, kudos to her. And the new girl, I think Arushi, I'm forgetting her name, in the first love story, in the 1990 love story, she doesn't have much to do. I think she's definitely good whatever she does. Randeep Hooda, it's difficult for a person because he's telling the story, he's playing the old story, but he's actually not playing. It's also played, his younger self is played by Kartik Aaryan as well, just the way Saif Ali Khan plays both the roles in the first Love Aaj Kal. Why you should go and watch the film is, as I said, even if you fell in love, if you're all in love, your EQ is high, you want to get something new, even if you hate Imtiaz Ali, if you feel like the kids are younger, and you have no faith, I would say the only way you will really enjoy the film is if you go into the open mind, forget about everything, just block it, and please switch off your fucking phone, for heaven's sake. Just switch off from everything and just give in. I said, this is the movie for the next 141 minutes. For heaven fucking sake, this is it. No fucking Snapchat, no Instagram, no fucking thinking about ex-girlfriend, no fucking saying, oh, this movie is shit. Oh, I like it, I like this song. Just give in. For for the entire 141 minutes, and just focus and just think and let it sink in, and then live life, and maybe come after a few years and think about it, think about what it is, because I thought the movie was beautiful. I think I'm very happy that he made this film. He redeems himself, but for me, even if he made another shit film, it would still be Imtiaz Ali made Rockstar. It's still be Imtiaz Ali made Jab We Met. He would always be a great guy. I just wanted him to stop regressing, because last movie he regressed, and now I think he's gone back up. And I don't want to talk about him. A lot of things are happening in his life as well. But he's 48 right now, and I hope he makes another movie in the next 2-3 years. I think he definitely will. Probably another love story, but again, he'll be evolved. He'll be turning 50 as well. So things change. He will also be another person. I hope he's a different person then, and he sees love stories from a different perspective, and he continues to experience life, because after watching this movie, I'm fairly sure of one thing, that he's definitely experiencing life. And I think it was a very emotional journey for him, because he writes all his movies as well. He's written this one as well, and you could feel it, the stamp, the Imtiaz Ali stamp. And I'm thank you, Mr. Ali, for making this movie. And my time was definitely well spent, and I don't want any money back, and I will watch your next film as well. Alright, so that's it from the worst half of Blunt Bastard. If you want to subscribe. If you don't want to subscribe, it's okay. I mean, what can we do? But yeah, if you've not enjoyed it, you can always give me shit. If you've enjoyed it, well, you have to. You're supposed to. Bye bye.